place you how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You're nobody. You're gonna get this on his life. But it ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
From a place where they don't deliver pizza and won't deliver my people, even if they call them FEMA. A place where black women say they don't need you, where everybody broken sellers go the only way to feed them. Shit is football, fucked up beyond all recognition. Clock time, 2 million niggas in prison. Now move your ass over, cause I'm coming hard like Captain with Shark. Garmin, that's a 49 grand. They already know, don't piss me off and make me grab Captain to zop me up and load them up with 17 shots of Captain Compton's and bust every round and make it like high speed Wi-Fi. So don't call that motherfucking iron radio. One way, this ain't what you want, breakfast club ass niggas. We ain't seeing y'all alone, give a damn to see. All three of y'all, and I ain't really a social media nigga. I'm more of a 3D up front saying in your face, nigga. And every man ain't a fake, and every bag ain't a fucking man. If you heard what the fuck I said, my speech is move man up.
You want me to cut right here?
Who you call out of a car too? In this school, you will follow the rules, know it's true. And give a brother his respect, that is due. I see a church sign, I call that shit out and let him know the soul said you became a fucking hill. I've been through it all back.
Yeah, we came
back, so it ain't a man that I fucking feel. They say the truth will set you free, so when I tell you the truth, I'm making you free. With this speech, Isaiah 49:23, get on your knees and kiss the roots of the kings and free. Truth and lies so mixed, that's like trying to put two men together and expect for them to have a kid. A Jew lies with the it. So when you put the words together, all you is Jewish. I came to pick up the world, this is a nice place. Then he said it ain't for sale, just a showcase. My apologies, tell me you must mistake. I didn't come to ask, bitch, I came to say.
See if we can get that cause I'm black.
She won't hate me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't no talk from none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops won't kill me cause I'm black. Ops won't kill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't fuck me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't no talk from none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. So you know I said you don't got I'm a current top in the stop. It's the health things I love. You just wanna block for the world. If you from my side, then it's love. But they get me. Busting up the jeans, though he was hurting up my feet. But I've been cracked, he was just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man don't stand. So we eat it like a trash can. People rock rock. And extend the hand, put it on this average black man. So him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm kind of kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never be my spot vacant. I'm black, I see rounds and I take it. Cause I'm black and never been in a spaceship. But I know if you are from when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I get it. I'm gonna fake God. I'm gonna try to read the world. Play that shit. I trust them when you see it. One girl because I'm black. I swear to God because I'm black. Can't no job cause I'm black. She won't hate me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't no talk from none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't hate me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't no talk from none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Wanna flip things cause I'm black. Know about semi cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped. 10 toes down, we look at sacks. So I was black, and you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the police chillin' hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. TV movies, TV stars, everything about my life is hard. I got four play my cards, you won't beat, what's the cause? Watch your mouth, I ain't hard, back up from the beat calls. Everything you say, mad balls, you move my niggas with no laws. I've been a boss, it's beneficial, ask the enemy, I'm beneficial. And I'm a beat, I've been official, homie, I understand why you smoke. And the price is slave off, but the Bible is a cheat code. Far once, homie, you don't. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. I chop no money cause I'm But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no thought for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna get me cause I'm black. Ops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't hurt me cause I'm black. I bet don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no thought for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy keys cause I'm black. I don't pay 2K just cause I'm black. Fuck my whole life cause I'm black. I look as I blue and black. Ain't got a track cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tag. I'm still getting profile cause I think these crackers profile. Scrub the tail, that's what I'm saying. Maybe switch with the lights in. So they know they can't try him. So they got the jail cell on him. If you touch it, it's got friends. I'm a law keeper. I'll speak bread and drink for you. I'll speak bread. Use tools to the street sweeper. Concentrate on this house and shit. But we don't got crazy bricks that show my chest and go pocket shit. Touch me like all these pocket shit. So black you think I got a cock to flip. But that's a stereotype. That's accurate. It's crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and they tell them I'm gonna beat them. Cause I'm black. I was gonna kill you cause I'm black. Can't no job cause I'm black. She won't hurt me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no thought for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jew, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She won't hurt me cause I'm black. I don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no thought for none of that.
All right, clap it up, clap it up. We're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, we're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And what we teach is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, their true identity according to the Bible.
That's right.
Not only that, we teach how to get back to the Most High, which is to follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. And the only way that you can follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments is you got to learn what they are.
Right.
I mean, that's practical, right? You got to learn something like, I never seen a brain surgeon, go perform brain surgery without having doing the extensive, studies. You know what I'm saying? In other words, go to college or whatever. In other words, he had to study. So
Right.
this is a school. This is not a church or a Muslim mosque or any kind of other group, you know what I'm saying, where we're in here teaching any other thing. We're in here teaching the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Big up to Commandant General Yohana, man. And listen, I want to start off again. I want to say, hey, shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakathum. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. All right? We're the Israelite School UPK. This is the Charlotte School, Wednesday night law class. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to YouTube and look up Isupk the 704. You want to go look up Isupk G-Borough, Facebook Isupk Charlotte. We got school in Durham. Look up Judah Lions. You know what I'm saying, on YouTube. We got school in Fayetteville Isupk. You know what I mean? And we got schools just coming up left and right, man, down here in North Carolina. So even if you ain't in North Carolina, you want to go to isupk.com and find whatever city you in, because all the cities is listed. Every state, every city, everything. And there's numbers listed to where you can contact a school near you. You know what I mean? So, tonight we're going to get it in, man. Tonight my topic, man, going to be Father's Day.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, Father's Day already passed, man, but it's so, like, this topic right here need to be brought out every day.
That's right.
So people can learn, you know what I'm saying, that Father's Day shouldn't be just one day. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go into the history of it, man, the origins of it. We're going to pull out some scripts on it, man, and to show you how evil and wicked that holiday is, man. Not only Father's Day, but Mother's Day as well. You know what I mean? So right now, we're going to go into the book of Zephaniah. Y'all already know what time it is. Brother, you got Zephaniah?
Yes, sir.
Most High in Christ. Let's get that.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Now, what this scripture is explaining right here is telling a certain people to gather themselves together.
Right.
It said yourselves. In other words, it didn't say everybody. It didn't say gather with these other nations or this nation gather with that nation. What the scripture is saying is gather yourselves together. You know what I mean? That's kind of possessive. You know what I'm saying? Keep read that from the top again.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together.
You see that? It said it twice. It's trying to get out a point here, man. That's one thing about the scriptures, man. You'll hear a whole lot of stuff repeated because the Most High is trying to drill it in our heads, man. Like a hot iron, he's trying to sear this truth into our minds, man.
Right.
Because they done seared lies into our minds. So we gotta debunk all the lies, you know what I'm saying, and wake up our people to the truth. What this scripture right here in the book of Zephaniah is saying is, it's a certain nation of people that's not desired on the planet. And that nation is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Israelites that the Bible calls us. You see what I'm saying? We're that nation that's not desired. You got Native Indians on the bottom. They on reservations. You got Hispanics on barrios, man. You got so-called blacks in ghettos all over North, Central, and South America and scattered abroad. You understand? We're that nation not desired. We're that nation that they gotta give us a gift of Father's Day too. You see, we're not that nation that, because the other nations, their fathers get celebrated every day.
Right.
You see, but we're that one that we gotta celebrate when they tell us to work to uplift our fathers, man, our black men, which are endangered species on the planet today. You're a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, you are an endangered species.
That's right.
You understand? We're going to read that book of Zephaniah one more time, and we're going to jump right into it, man.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Yeah, gather yourselves together. That's what it's saying, read on.
Yea, gather together.
And it said it twice. It's saying gather yourselves together. Not with everybody. And it's only one place. And there's one place on the planet that we know how to gather only ourselves together with our nation.
Right.
And that's in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical
That's
Knowledge.
right.
Read on.
O nation, not desired.
Oh, who?
O nation, not desired.
Oh, nation not desired, man. That's the lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the best people on the planet. The Most High want us to gather ourselves together. And you know what we got to do to gather ourselves? That means we must separate
That's right.
from the other nations.
That's right.
That's how you gather yourselves together. You separate from the other nations who are oppressing you.
Right.
You understand? You're the nation that's not desired. Why would you join a nation that hates you, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? So from there, we're gonna go to the book of John. We're gonna get right into this Father's Day, man. Because I got a lot to bring out on this Father's Day, man. Some history on it, of course. It's the Wednesday night law class, so we're gonna get all into the law about it, of how evil it is to celebrate this wicked holiday called Father's Day, man. Not only Father's Day, Mother's Day, and all these pagan holidays that we celebrate in this hellhole called America, man. You know what I'm saying? The daughter of Babylon. You understand? We're gonna go to the book of John, chapter 8, and we're gonna start with verse 44. But before you get it, we're going to get the audience time to get there. We're going to go to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. I'm going to give y'all about a good 15 seconds to get there, man. But we ain't want to rush through this, man, like the Christian church. We're going to take our time with this here, man, you know, so our people can fully understand it. If you got any questions, type them in the chat. You understand? So we're on YouTube and Facebook. You know what I mean? Type them in the chat. You got any questions? If I can't answer it, a man above me will answer the question. We're not like the Christian church. We don't give our opinions. You understand? If we don't know the answer to a question, we go to a man above us in our school, and we'll get the right and correct answer. All right? And matter of fact, tomorrow, Officer Abraham will be doing scripture breakdown class. Of course, if you don't know how ISUPK set up, Monday night we got the Monday night history class. Tuesday night we got the brotherhood class, which is taught by my brother right here, Ice, man. And we bringing out that good old brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Taught Tawar class last night. Wednesday night law class be taught by myself. Thursday night is the scripture breakdown class be taught by Officer Abraham, of course. Again, Officer Baez he teach the Lashawan Kadash, man, the Holy Tongue. You know what I mean? Friday nights and Saturdays we do Sabbath service here. You know what I'm saying? At school. You know what I mean? Y'all want to come to the school? You know, attend class. You can attend physically or you can attend online. But The book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. You got that, brother? Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
You see that? This is the book of John. And actually, this is Christ speaking right here. You know what I'm saying? He was cutting the Sadducees and the Pharisees, man. He was telling them, because they wanted to follow the Romans, the Roman religions and customs and traditions. So Christ was like, look, you of your father, the devil, man. You trying to follow after these Romans. Christ was a revolutionary. Christ said, I'm not going to follow after these Romans. Neither am I going to lead my people to follow after these heathens, man. So the Pharisees and the Sadducees, of course, they were Israelites. They were black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You understand?
That's
so
right.
This is Christ cutting and what a Sadducee today would be, or a Pharisee would be, your religious leaders,
right?
Or your so-called leaders, man, your Oprahs and your Steve Harveys and your politicians and your Creflo Dollars and TD Snakes and all them type of leaders, man, that mislead and misguide our people, the Christian pastors. You understand? So this is Christ going against them and the society that he was living in, man,
right,
at the time. Read on.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And the lust of your father ye will do, meaning whatever holidays the Romans were celebrating, the religious leaders, those Sadducees and Pharisees, was doing the same thing. The lust of their fathers, which was the Bible calls them the devil. Devil means deceiver or liar.
Right.
Okay? That's what devil means. You understand? So that's why we call the oppressor the devil as well, because we understand that he's a deceiver and he's a liar.
That's right.
So the reason why we're celebrating Father's Day and Mother's Day and all these pagan holidays is because we're following the lies of the same oppressors that killed Christ.
Right.
You understand? Roman and Greek and all those, mythologies and all those, that's in the paganism. We're following those customs, man. Christ was teaching us, hey, learn not the ways of the heathens, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Christ was teaching in the Old Testament. You understand? Read on.
He was a murderer.
He was a what?
A murderer.
A what?
A murderer.
Listen, man, it's telling you our oppressors are murderers off top. So why would you celebrate their holidays if they're murderers?
Right.
Read that again, brother.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
What do beginning mean? Anybody know? Anybody online know what the word beginning mean? I'll give you 15 seconds. We ain't in no rush. What do the word beginning mean? You can type it in the chat. For time's sake, hold on, I'll give you a little more time. We ain't in no hurry in here. All right? What does the word beginning mean? Come on, Israel. All right, nobody typed in nothing. I don't see. You got nothing? Okay, I'll give it to you for time's sake. The word beginning, that's what Genesis means. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about the book of Genesis. They say in the beginning. Well, that's what it means. Beginning.
Right.
So in other words, this murderer, this devil, he was a murderer since the book of Genesis.
Right.
You see? That's what the scriptures are saying. Read on.
And abode not in the truth.
And abode not in what?
Not in the truth.
So to abide not in the truth, meaning you abide in lies.
Right.
In falsehoods, in vain deceits, and vain philosophies that mean absolutely nothing. That's what the word vain means.
Right.
And here we look up word for word. We make sure we know what every word means so we can break down the scriptures in its entirety. You understand? Read on.
Because there is no truth in him.
There is no truth in him. So the scriptures are, this is Christ already telling us, don't follow these murderers. Don't follow these liars. They're basically going to teach you to follow lies. They're going to teach you how to kill. And this for you big head Negroes out there, man. That's my people, man. I love my people, so I got to check them. You understand? This for you big head Negroes who always love to say, well, what about black on black crime?
Right.
Well, you learned that from the number one murderer on the planet, dum-dum.
Right.
You understand? Salakia, let me fix this incident right quick. Salakia.
I got you.
Okay, just slide back over. Salakia about that. I seen the incense sliding off a little bit. But we're going to get back to it. And what the brother just read, he said, because there is no truth in him. So again, that's why we call the oppressor the devil. Why? Because Christ called him a devil first. Started from the top. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So like I said, if I could, what you were bringing out was heavy about the big head Negroes,
right?
And how they quick to say, no, what about black on black crime?
Mm-hmm.
And they got that from the devil himself.
Right.
Who cares nothing about us killing each other? Because when you look at the Willie Lynch letter, they taught us to pit slave against slave.
Good.
So they was the originators of the black on black crime.
Man, get this brother a hand, man. Get this brother a hand, man. Listen, man. This is Officer by Eyes right here, man. Mighty man. If we go ahead and rock this class out, you understand? Right. I damn near want to sit a chair right here so we can tag team on y'all real quick. You understand? You make me mad enough, I will. You see? But what the brother just brought out so heavy, they bring it out in the Willie Lynch letter, man. You know what I mean? They pit slave against slave. You see? So why would you trust it, talking about black on black crime, when you learn how to murder from the number one murderer from the beginning?
Right.
Let's start that from the top, because I don't think they get the gist of what this scripture is saying. Because Christians think that some kind of way this devil just disappeared off the earth, like he's not around right now.
Right.
And what it's going to do is it's going to describe a man. You see what I'm saying? A man. So the devil ain't no ghost that's floating around and jump on you and make you start smoking all that weed that y'all love to smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them strip clubs y'all love to go to. You see? Or eating all that good old pork y'all love, them crab legs y'all love to eat. Ain't no ghost floating around and just jumped on you and grab a hip and cleaved on to your leg and say, hey, you see, you gonna eat this pork or else.
Right.
Nah, that don't happen like that. It's a man who told you pork is the fifth white meat.
Right.
It's a liar. It's a devil that told you that. Again, devil means deceiver or liar. That's why we call our oppressors the devil, because they deceived us, they lied to us, and they abode not in the truth. You got that, brother? Go ahead, Baba Kashah.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Ye are of your father, the devil. This is Christ calling somebody. Hey, look, you acting like somebody, man. You acting like your father, the devil, man. This is your spiritual father, man. Your father is black. You're not acting like him. You acting like your spiritual leaders, the Romans, who lead you with all these false religions and and ideals and holidays and paganism. You're acting like them. You're not acting like your real fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You're not acting like your fathers. You are acting like who?
Your father, the devil.
You see that? Christ, listen. Christ. Listen, he'll cut you with these scriptures. Like this right here. You see how sharp that is? Christ will cut you, brother. I'm talking about like a ginsu. You understand? Like a double-edged sword. And he's going to cut you going out and, going in and coming out. You see what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like I said, if I could, again, these scriptures is proof every time we read them and hear to catch the lingo that it's definitely written by our people, because what we say today, Zaddy. You acting like Zaddy.
Good night. Hey, Baha'is, you right, huh? Hey, you right. Because, and that's what we do. Even right here when Christ say you are your father the devil, if somebody in the neighborhood is stealing or breaking in cars, what we saying? You watch that one right there.
Right.
He a low down dirty what?
Devil.
Or he'll what in the grass?
Snake.
A snake in the grass. You see? This that same devil that was a murderer from the beginning.
Right.
Who was that murderer from the beginning? You understand? Cain. Who got the spirit of Cain on them? It's a race of people that just want to kill people for no damn reason.
Right.
Black people don't just go around killing for no damn reason. You understand? You want to bring up black on black crime? Listen, you put 10 niggas in a room and lock them in there for a week. Open up that door and throw a piece in there and lock it back. What them 10 niggas gonna do to each other?
Right.
You see? They gonna kill each other. What? Because they trying to survive. That's what these oppressors have done to us in America in this captivity.
Right.
They have locked us in America, North Central and South America, and starved us to the point where we on survival mode out.
Right.
You understand? That's where black on black crime come from.
That's right.
And then learning after them. They pick, like they'll give one $40 million slave some money. You understand? And what he do? He start acting like this. He gonna get his white woman. He gonna get his Lamborghini. Not once do he think to come back to the hood.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But the topic on Father's Day, even though all this ties in together, and the scriptures I got, oh man, that's so heavy. I can't wait to get to them.
So
Go ahead. Absolutely.
I feel like I was a cat of the wall last night.
I love it.
It's a lot when you interrupted so much. But
you're not
what you saying is so heavy. You dropping it so heavy because what our people love to blame us for all of our situations and never look at the organizer or designer who put us in that situation.
Right.
When we do each other dirty, they love to say black people like crabs in a barrel.
Right.
One try to get out, somebody will reach up and try to pull them back in like crabs in a barrel. But what they don't never bring out is that the crabs ain't supposed to be in a barrel.
They're not supposed to be in the barrel anyway.
They in captivity.
Right. They supposed to be in the sea.
Yeah, that's the situation that they in.
Man, get his brother out here, man. Get his brother out here. And what he's bringing out so heavy, man. You got, like he said, the big head Negro, they be like, when you get up, somebody always trying to pull you down like crabs in the barrel. Well, guess what? The crabs don't belong in the barrel. They belong in the sea.
Right.
You see? In their natural habitat. And guess what, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man? We supposed to be in our natural habitat, which is the land of Israel.
Right.
You understand? Jerusalem.
Right.
Zion. Hey, Baba Kashab, could you text that sister right there, the address to the school?
Come on, sir.
Just hit that right there. She just said, what's the address to the school? Just hit the messenger. All right, go on. Hey, what the brother just brought out is so heavy, man. I mean, if we could only just realize we are the Israelites, we'll realize that we're not in our natural habitat. So how am I trying, ain't no such thing as somebody trying to reach up and bring you down like crabs in the barrel. Them your brothers and sisters, idiot.
Right.
Why you think the Most High allowed you to get some money? Sisters, brothers as well. You supposed to help your brother, man. You understand? You're not supposed to wait one day to celebrate no damn, the love your father. If you really love him, you love him every day. You understand? That Father's Day is so evil and so wicked. And we're going to bring it out today, man. Y'all know how I do. When I teach these classes, I'll milk a scripture for an hour. But I'm sitting here with an arsenal of 50, a 50-round clip right here.
Right.
You understand? I got more than that. I mean, not to boast and brag, because this is the word of the Lord. These his scriptures.
Right.
That he gave to, Christ and the disciples. You know what I mean? And all the prophets in the Bible. And down to Commander General Yohana, who gave it to us. The modern day, and I'm not saying he's Moses or nothing like that. But just like Moses led the children of Israel out of captivity, that's exactly what Commanding General Yohana is doing and has been doing since 1969.
That's right.
Brothers and sisters pulling them out the ghetto and teaching them their culture, their identity, and most importantly, how to obey the Most High.
Right.
And matter of fact, if you really look at it, obeying the law, statutes, and commandments is your culture.
Right.
And we got scriptures on that. But you sent the sister the address to the school? All right, come on, hit the water, brother. All right, let's start. Let's hit that scripture again. This is we're in the book of John. In case you're just tuning in, book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. All right, it's Christ speaking. Go ahead.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Ye are of your father, the devil. That is Christ telling the Sadducees and Pharisees. Just like we be on the street corners teaching. You know what I'm saying? And in these classes, we're telling the Christian leaders and the leaders of society, your Al Sharptons, your Jesse Jacksons, you know what I'm saying, with all the so-called leaders, we're telling them, you are of your father, the devil.
Right.
You understand? Just like Christ did to the Sadducees and Pharisees. You understand? He said, man, look, in other words, let me dumb it down a little bit. You acting like them goddamn slave masters.
Right.
That's what Christ was saying. You acting just like them slave masters. You Uncle Tom.
Right.
And I gotta watch my words and choose them carefully. Cause they flagging us like, you know, like nothing, like it ain't your business. You know what I mean? But I gotta watch my words, man. But I pray y'all understand. You out here acting like you're politicians and going out and voting for Sleepy Joe. What the hell Sleepy Joe done for us, man? That nigga gave you $1,400. Now he white Mike. Now he white Christ now. White Mike, white Christ. You see? He the great white hope. You see? Meanwhile, he passing bills talking about to hell with critical race theory. Meanwhile, and then sign you in a gift called that Juneteenth.
Right.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. Congratulations with your little Juneteenth. But here in the UPK, we don't give a damn about no Juneteenth.
That's right.
You understand? What we do give a damn about is our brothers and sisters and our high holy days in here.
Right.
We don't give a damn about your Father's Day. We don't give a damn about your Pride Month.
Right.
We don't give a damn about your Juneteenth. We don't give a damn about your Black History Month.
Right.
Because every day is Black History in the UPK.
That's
so that's
right.
all we teach. And we also teach, you understand, the other nations' history and what they've done to our people.
Right.
We wake up our people to the truth.
Right.
Like Christ is doing right here. He said, you are of your father, the devil. Read on.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And the lust of your father ye will do. And the Father's Day that your father created, ye will do.
Right.
And the Mother's Day that your father, the white man, created, ye will do. The Salakia, the oppressor. You're going to do what he tell you to do, just like your daddy told you.
Right.
Just like a good little boy and a good little girl. You're a goddamn slave.
Right.
We slaves in this place. Guess what? We're not slaves in the UPK.
Damn right.
We tell the white man to take his holidays. You understand? Most High Christ. We tell the oppressor to take his holidays and put them where the sun don't shine.
Right.
I pray you understand.
That's right.
Moving on. read more, bro.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
A murderer from the beginning.
Our oppressors are what?
Murderer.
Our slave masters are what?
Murderers.
The Pope is what?
A murderer.
The Roman Catholic Church is what?
A murderer.
The Christian Church have done what?
Murderer.
Homosexuality does what?
Murder.
Father's Days does what?
A murderer.
Read on.
From the beginning.
From when?
The beginning.
From the beginning, man. From Genesis. You understand? To Revelations. All the way through the Bible, it's showing us how these devils been murdering us since the very beginning. And y'all can't even open up your eyes and awaken to see that it's a man that's on this earth killing you and stealing from you and destroying you. Christians love to say the devil coming but to kill, steal, and destroy. Yeah, that's in the Bible, but that's talking about a man, and it's a man on the earth that's actually doing that. A nation of people that shoots you in the back and they don't get held guilty. They give you holidays called Father's Day, and we just follow them like they in the Bible. Go ahead.
It's like I said, I got a precept.
Man, let me get it out. Bring it on.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. And I know that the beginning that we're talking about is in Genesis, but on the manifold side of the game.
God.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Good night. Go ahead.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
You see that? That's talking about a certain people. Go ahead and read on.
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Start that from the top, Baba Kashai, so the people can see that the devil is not a damn ghost. Devil means deceiver or liar. This is a man on here that's telling you lies and you believe him. Lies like Father's Day. Read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3.
Listen good.
The wicked are estranged from the
The
womb.
wicked are estranged from the womb. These devils have been our enemies from the womb, man. Read on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
As soon as they be born, they go astray. They not regular, you know what I'm saying? They come out lying. They, you know what I'm saying? They come out, you know, estranged from the womb. You see what I'm saying? But like from the moment they're born, the so-called oppressor, he begins to start oppressing his own young.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies, man. The oppressor is so much of a devil. Not only do he deceive God's chosen people, he deceived his very own from the womb. Read.
Verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
You see that? Their poison is like a poison. What's that poison? That poison is their lies, man.
That's right.
Their holidays, man. The lies that they feed us through these religions and through these philosophies, man, is poison. It's like what? Say it again from the top.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Man, that poison is like the poison of a serpent, like a snake, man.
Right.
And that's that same snake that was in the
Damn
garden
right. That's right.
that deceived Eve.
That's right.
That is a man. I ain't never seen no talking snake.
Right.
You buy any more on that?
Come.
Read.
They are like the deaf adder.
Come on, man. They're like the deaf adder. They can't hear, man. Read on.
That stoppeth her ear.
They can't hear nothing, man. They don't hear us saying, hey, hands up, don't shoot. They don't hear us saying, hey, my life matter. You understand? They don't hear that. That goes to all you niggas in Black Lives Matter movement bullcrap. They don't hear you. They're like a deaf adder. They don't hear you as they killing you and holding themselves not guilty. Read on.
Verse 5. Which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers.
You see that? They ain't trying to hear. They ain't like, you ever seen a snake? You know what I'm saying? And you got the snake charmer playing a little flute. The snake is dancing to the beat. You know what I'm saying? Well, they don't hearken unto you black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, nor these laws of God that's in the Bible.
That's right.
They don't hear God. So if they don't hear God, what makes you think they're going to hear you?
That's right.
Any more on that?
Just to close out.
Go
Charming,
ahead.
never so wisely.
Good night, man. You see that? Man, listen, the Bible is so poetic.
Right.
It's basically telling you, stay away from these goddamn heathens.
That's right.
They gonna lie to you, they gonna murder you. You see? They not gonna hear you as they killing you. You're marching, that don't do nothing. You're marching hand in hand with the oppressor, hands up, don't shoot. You're celebrating all his holidays, you're following all his goddamn wars. They not gonna hear you. They're like a deaf adder, man.
Right.
All right, man. Hey, excellent precept, guys. That's an excellent precept, bro. Man, listen, man. Now, listen, man. The brothers in here, man, listen, are straight up warriors, man. Straight up G's, man, for the Most High in Christ, man. I'm talking about we are bound, you understand, to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We're bondmen for these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
We'd rather be slaves, not slaves, but we'd rather be, so fired up to serve the Most High than to go out and serve the white man, his military, and his army, and celebrate his wicked holidays. I'd rather come in here and say con on one con, sir, than go to my job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, we say yes, sir. No, we're not a violent people. You understand?
Right.
We know how to be. We know how to. What you call it? When somebody being nice or whatever. We know how to be. Cordial. Now that don't mean you go partying with them devils. You don't go partying with them and hang with little Timmy.
Right.
You're gonna be the first one shot.
That's right.
What you do is gather yourselves together with your brothers, man. You need to gather yourself together with your father, in which whom you hate. That people, you want to know why people celebrate? Black people celebrate Father's Day? It's because they hate their father. Because if you loved your father, you wouldn't love him on just that day.
Right.
You would love him every goddamn day. You understand? You would love him every day. That's
right.
proof that you hate your father. So you hate him 365 days of the year and love him that one day?
Right.
Pops over there about dead and shriveled up and ain't heard from you. But yet, you want to go to Facebook show everybody a little cologne and then a pair of socks you got for Father's Day.
Right.
Man, it's a disgrace and it's a slap to the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man's face.
Right.
It's a disgrace. Father's Days, we should throw it away, man. And in the Israelite school of UPK, we throw away these wicked pagan holidays. We're going to get back to the book of John, man.
Right.
Book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. You got that for me, brother?
Okay, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Continue from where last
From the beginning. Bible John.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
This is Christ. Christ, he's a black man from the tribe of Judah. He woolly hair.
Right.
Skin is like brass. Brass is a derivative of brown. As if they burned in a furnace. That means Christ is Wesley Snipes black.
Right.
You understand? This is a black man telling his black people to stop acting like our oppressors. In other words, he said, man, you acting just like them, man. You acting just like the oppressor. You are of your father the devil. Read on.
And the lusts of your father ye will do.
And the lust of your father ye will do, meaning everything these oppressors teach us, we're going to follow it blind, deaf, and dumb without even asking no questions about it. We don't even ask where the origins of Father Day coming from. Well, guess what? Under Commanding General Yohana, we got the answers for you tonight.
That's right.
You tuned into the right class tonight.
Right.
You going to find out the origins of Father's Day. What you just celebrated, not knowing you were pissing the Most High off. Read on.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
These oppressors that you're following and their lies, you're following a murderer. He was a murderer from the beginning. Read on.
And abode not in the truth.
He abode not in the truth. Isupk is the home of the truth.
That's
and
right.
we teach you about this murderer. And guess who that murderer is? Your slave master.
Right.
The so-called Caucasian race. That's the Caucasian race. Our oppressors are the liars and the deceivers that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Devil means deceiver. I pray you understand. You want me to say it? Here you go. Yeah, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Hey, listen. Every time I say that, I'm telling you like 10 pounds of stress just float up off my shoulder.
That's right.
I mean, it's so you know what I'm saying? It's almost like the rapture, intense feeling of pleasure.
Right.
That's what rapture means. The word rapture ain't even in the damn Bible, stupid Christians.
Right.
Talking about when the rapture happens. Rapture means intense feeling of pleasure, a orgasm. Shout out to them orgasms too. Guess what? In the UPK, we have a lot of them. We go home and tie fire to our wives.
That's right.
Some of us in here got 2-3 wives, and we tie good. What they call it? Rapture to them. Right. Who's that? Anita Baker. Anita Baker say caught up in the rapture of love.
Right.
No sweat. I really get caught up in it's a rapture, all right? But moving on. Read on.
Because there is no truth in him.
And there is no truth in these oppressors and the lies that they're teaching us, man. And their holidays and their philosophies and the way they live. These heathens are liars. Read on.
When he speaketh a lie.
When he speak of a lie, when he tell you about Father's Day and Mother's Day and Christmas, go ahead.
He speaketh of his own.
Good night. He's speaking about himself. You see what I'm saying? He's talking about, when he's speaking a lie, he's speaking about himself. He's telling you that I'm Christ. He's telling you, like if you look at the oppressors, you got a white picture of Christ. He's speaking a lie because Christ is black. He got a little finger with God touching somebody's hand. Who's that? We touching somebody's hand, a little art painting or something like that. It's supposed to be God reaching his little white hand down, touching somebody, which was nigh unto moist. Pause to me, men touching like this here. That was so gay. Salakia. But he's speaking of himself. He's sitting here telling you he's Christ. When the Bible says Christ had hair like wool. You see this beard right here? You see that beard? Brother By's got these beard boots and braids that these brothers got in here? That's woolly hair. You understand? Read on.
For he is a liar.
For he is a what?
A liar.
The holidays he tells us to celebrate is what?
A liar.
Go ahead.
And the father of it.
He's the father of lies. That's who the devil is. This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. This is Christ telling you that you're following the father of lies. The father of lies told you to celebrate Father's Day,
Right.
Mother's Day, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. You see? Because he's the father of lies. None of these holidays is in the Bible. None of them. Hey, drop that, brother. We're going to go to, let's get Ezekiel right quick, Baba Kashad. Ezekiel chapter 35, and we're going to read 3 through 5. You know what I mean? This Christ, and then the scripture we just read, that was Christ, of course, speaking, cutting the Sadducees and the Pharisees, which today would be, like the Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, Juanita Bynum, Oprah, you know what I'm saying, your entertainers, you know what I mean, people who influential on God's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's misleading us, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. And just in case y'all don't know, they were following Roman customs. The so-called Romans are white men. This is known in history. They're the same white men that killed Christ. They hung Christ on a tree. That sound familiar? Strange fruit. You understand? You got that for me, brother?
Come.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 3.
And this scripture right here is about to show you the lust of your father ye will do. In John 8:44. We're going to jump back to it after this. Go ahead, read.
And say unto it, thus saith the Most High Power, Behold, O Mount Seir.
Mount who?
Mount Seir.
Listen, Mount Seir is the so-called white man. We do a whole lot of research in here. Now, does the Bible say white? No. Neither does it say America. Neither does it say, Hispanic. Neither does it say Native Indian.
Right.
It don't say none of that. But it does give you the characteristic and describe the people.
Right.
Just like it described that somebody was a murderer from the beginning.
That's
and a liar and the father of it. Now, who is the biggest murderer on the planet? I'll wait. Who is the biggest liar on the planet? Who told you Christ was white? Who told you God was white? Whoever told you that, that's the liar right there.
That's right.
Guess what? The white man told you that. The white man told you that. I'll say it again. The white man told you that. The so-called white man told you that. And he ain't even white. You see this? This is white. Is white people this color? He lied about himself too. He said when he speak a lie, he speak of himself. That's what the Bible just said. He called himself white, which means pure. So neither is he this color, and neither is he pure. You're the follower of lies and the murderer from the beginning. How in the hell is you pure?
Right.
I tell you what, you are full of pure shit. Excuse my language. That's what you are. Salakia. Read on.
Cut on, sir. I am against thee.
The Most High is against who?
O Mount Seir.
The Most High is against Mount Seir. The so-called white man. That's who Mount Seir is. You understand? Read on.
I am against thee. And I will stretch out mine hand against thee. And I will make thee most desolate.
Man, listen. What the Most High is about to do to these heathens for what they done to us, it's about to say it. Go ahead and read.
Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste.
What's about to happen to America?
I will lay thy cities waste.
What happened to Rome?
I will lay thy cities waste.
What happened to Greece?
I will lay thy cities waste.
What happened to Egypt?
I will lay thy cities waste.
Read on.
And thou shalt be desolate.
They shall be what?
Desolate.
America about to be what?
Desolate.
Global thermonuclear warfare.
That's right.
That's what's about to happen. That's how this place is going to be desolate. World War III. Ooh wee. And in the UPK, we pray for it every day.
That's right.
We pray for the destruction of our enemies every day.
Right.
Every class. You understand? Read on.
And thou shalt know that I am the Most High.
Who?
the Most High.
Man, this is how you gonna know that the Most High is with the children of Israel. This is how you gonna know that the Most High is the God of the living. This is how you gonna know that the Most High has always been against Mount Seir, because he created them to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is against them. Why? Because, and it's about to tell you this next verse. Read on.
Verse 5.
Oh, listen, you listen good. This is why the Most High hates the so-called white man, or the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. Salakia, go ahead.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
They have had a what?
Perpetual hatred.
You hear that? They have had a perpetual hatred. Go ahead.
And hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
They have did what?
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Because Mount Seir, the so-called white man, the oppressor that the Bible speaks of, the devil, have had a perpetual hatred for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians,
right,
the children of Israel. Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Now remember back in John 8:44 when it said, the lust of your father ye will do. This is the lust of the so-called white man. Because he have had what?
A perpetual hatred.
That's the lust. And he did what?
Has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
The so-called white man got a blood thirst to kill us, man. This is the lust of the Christian pastors that in John 8:44, the lust of your father ye will do. You're going to act just like them.
Right.
You see? That's what Christ is saying. These scriptures go hand in hand. Old Testament, New Testament. The law, it all goes hand in hand. Of course, it's the law class. This is the book of Ezekiel. This is in the Old Testament. You understand? And it goes right with John, because John is saying the same thing verbatim, that somebody was going to be a murderer from the beginning, and somebody was going to be a liar and the father of it.
That's right.
Right? So right here in Ezekiel 35, Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, I'm showing you the lust of your father that Christ was cutting the Sadducees and Pharisees with. This is the bloodthirst, and I'm going to read it. Could you read it one more time? This is what the so-called white man, or the oppressor, you understand? This is the lust and the murderer and the liar on the planet since the beginning. Because he had did what?
Had shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Man, he have had a perpetual hatred, you understand, for the children of Israel, and shed innocent blood for the children of Israel, man. It didn't say he had a perpetual hatred for everybody. He been shedding the innocent blood with a perpetual hatred for us, man.
That's right.
You ever wonder why a so-called oppressor hates you so much? You ever wonder why? Because I know a lot of times we act, and then you had those dumb, stupid Michael Jackson. What he say? It don't matter if you black or white. How the hell it don't matter if you black or white?
Right.
When we the only people that he got a perpetual hate for. He ain't out here slaying Africans. He ain't out here slaying, you know what I'm saying, all the other nations on the planet. He's slaying us, man, with a perpetual hatred. I mean, he's killing everybody.
Right.
And it's in history. Open a damn book. Close that hymn book and open a damn history book. And this is the best history book you can open right here. It's called the King James Version Bible. You open this history book and learn who the devil is. You'll never know who the devil is in that Christian church. You'll think it's a floating ghost. You know, you'll learn that teach you that your father is the damn devil.
Right.
Because he left your loudmouth mama. Because he didn't want to celebrate no damn Father's Day with a suit and tie on, sitting in there feeling like a goddamn sucker.
Right.
You see? Let's go back to the book of John 8:44. Because I want to go back to show, that lust, that, that, because what we just showed in Ezekiel just now is that bloodthirst that Mount Seir have had, and how, and what he's done and how he destroyed us so much so. We don't even inquire about the holidays that we're celebrating.
Right.
We ask no questions at all. We don't open any books. We don't try to read up on it. We don't do any of that. Why? Because that perpetual hatred, we know they're going to shed our blood if we don't listen to them.
Right.
Well, we don't fear no damn oppressors in here.
Right.
The Father we fear in the
That's
Israelite
right.
school of UPK.
That's right.
I pray you understand. You got that, brother?
Come.
All right, read that.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
You see that? This is Christ telling the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian leaders, you're acting like Mount Seir, who is the devil.
Right.
You see? Who is the oppressor? Who is the cave dweller? Who is the slave master? Who is the Caucasian that just happened to come from the Caucasus Mountains?
Right.
The Caucasus Mountains just so happen to be caves. Guess who laid in them caves? Cavemen. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You cannot deny it. It's right here in stone. These other scriptures gonna bop you though. Read on.
And the lust of your father
That's that lust. Go ahead.
ye will do.
And the lust of your father ye will do. Everything he teach you to celebrate, eat, worship, you're going to do it. Drop that, brother. We're about to get into Father's Day being white supremacy. That's what Father's Day and every holiday on the planet is white supremacy. And we're about to prove it right now. Baba Kashab, you got your phone on you?
Come.
All right. We're going to look up an article, and it's the name of the article, and I'm going to say it out loud so everybody can look it up with us. You want to go to your Google machines. Go to your Google, type in your phone, in your search, type in the mother of Father's Day was raised by a single dad. The mother of Father's Day, listen to that. The mother of Father's Day was raised by a single dad. This is an article. And listen, this is ABC News. This is a credited source. You know what I mean? This was written by Lindsay Jacobson. You look it up on your phone. I'm going to say it again so everybody can find it. It's an article you go to so you can read along with us with this article so you can see where exactly Father's Day came from. And it did not come out the Bible. You understand?
Say it one time. Single mother, right?
The mother of Father's Day was raised by a single dad.
A single dad. Was raised by a single dad.
Yeah, God. The mother of Father's Day was raised by a single dad. You know what I'm saying? It come from ABC News. It's a credited source. We're not sitting here making this up. You go do the research, you're going to see that this is where Father's Day came from. All right? You got that, brother? All right, go ahead and read on that, Baba Kashab.
It's loading up, sir.
It's loaded up on you.
It's loading up.
Okay, calm. And what we're about to show you is where Father's Day came from. You know, the date that it was signed into made a national holiday. We're going to show you the dates and where it came from. And it came from those murderers, those liars from the beginning. Our oppressors. You about to see it. You're going to find out you worship your black daddy because it came from worshiping a white man. A white man told you when to love your father.
Right.
Because his daughter told the world when to love her white father. Why should the Chinese man have to love your white father?
Right.
And I'm going to speak on mine. I don't give a damn about them either. Why do we got to love her white father? Now, you about to see where Father's Day came from. You got that from me, brother? Let's get it.
This is ABC News.
And I'm going to be stopping you periodically, but we're going to read all the way down to President Nixon, you know what I'm saying, when he established the permanent holiday, and when he established in 1972. We're going to read all the way down to that, but I'm going to be stopping you. All right, go ahead.
The mother of Father's Day was raised by a single dad. Sonora Smart Dodd.
Sonora Smart Dobbs. This is a white woman, the white woman who founded Father's Day. A white woman. This is the murderer and the liar from the beginning that founded what you celebrate today as Father's Day. You're about to see where it came from. Read on.
Was one of 6 kids her father raised after her mother died.
Her father died on the 6th child. So it left her father to raise 6 kids by himself. So in honor of her father, she's bringing up all these sentimental stories. I mean, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I mean, our whole race grew up without our father. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the boo-hoo. Read on.
The National Day honoring dads was started by a woman who was raised by a widower. Sonora Smart Dodd's father, William Smart, raised her and 5 brothers after their mother died during childbirth.
What was his name again?
William Smart.
William Jackson Smart. That's why you celebrate Father's Day, because Sonora Dodd Smart celebrated her father for being a single father raising 6 kids by himself. He was a white veteran man that hated blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He hated your guts. But she loved her white daddy, as she should. But this is the origin of Father's Day. Read on.
Sonora Smart Dodd's father, William Smart, raised her and 5 brothers after their mother died during childbirth. While listening to a Mother's Day sermon with her father at the Central Methodist Church in 1909, Dodd was bothered that there wasn't a day to honor her Civil War veteran father who raised her and 5 younger brothers alone.
You see that? She was sitting up in that church, probably was a Catholic church or whatever, Methodist or whatever it was, Methodist church. And she, I guess, you know, she felt sad because her father, he raised just her and her little 5 kids alone. Reading on. Go ahead.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You two are.
But Salaki, you think she would have felt like that if her mother wasn't dead and she could celebrate Mother's Day?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You see what I'm saying? You know, she, okay. I mean, anytime you know anything about history, history is written by the victors. Meaning whoever wins, who's ever stronger in society, that's who writes the history. Salaki. And go ahead, read more on that.
No, so I'm just saying, it sounds like she said she ain't had nothing to celebrate on Mother's Day.
Exactly. That's the. It's gonna say all that. Watch.
Oh, Salaki.
Watch. That's what's so heavy while you bring it out, because she about to say exactly what you just said.
The YMCA of Spokane, Washington.
Listen to that. Now y'all know how gay that is. YMCA, grown ass men doing all the hands naked. Go ahead, read on, Salakia.
And the Ministerial Alliance endorsed Dodd's idea of Father's Day.
So they had an alliance that endorsed her idea of Father's Day because she wanted to celebrate her single dead relative, veteran father who was dead. She wanted to celebrate him and give him some kind of commemoration. So they had an alliance, and with that, in that alliance, she wanted them to recognize her father as being the quote unquote start of Father's Day, which it was. But she wanted it, and it's going to read more into it about when they wanted it.
So like I said, it's the Ministerial Alliance. So
right.
It's the alliance of the ministers, so you know they couldn't wait.
Ministerial Alliance. Alliance of ministers. Alliance of a bunch of white Salakia oppressor devils.
Right.
Read.
The Ministerial Alliance endorsed Dodd's idea of Father's Day.
They endorsed that lie of Father's Day. A bunch of white ministers came together and endorsed the lies of what she wanted to found as Father's Day. Read on.
And held a celebration in 1910. Dodd wanted the celebration to be held on June 5th.
When?
June 5th.
June 5th is her oppressor father's, June 5th is her caveman father's birthday.
Right.
So you celebrate Father's Day because a cave woman wanted to celebrate her caveman father's birthday. So you really celebrating an idol that's dedicated to a dead white veteran cave dweller that was founded by his cave dweller daughter. I call him Lassie myself. I mean, that's a big shock to you, you know, to you rich Negroes who go get you a white dog. We don't sleep with white dogs in here.
That's right.
We don't sleep with Lassie.
Right.
I don't want Lassie. I don't want fleas and ticks.
Right.
I want that big old behind black Hispanic or Native Indian woman who can cook with some salt in her food. And it don't taste like cardboard. I ain't got to eat a raw steak for that matter. Read all that.
Her father's birthday.
What?
Her father's birthday.
Father's Day come from what?
Her father's birthday.
Keep reading.
But planning difficulties pushed the Father's Day celebration to Sunday, June 19th.
Third Sunday. So, because the ministerial alliance with the government, or you know whoever was in charge of that city at the time, because they couldn't get it right on his birthday, they got it close as they could to it. This is why you have Father's Day every third Sunday. Every third Sunday in June. This is the reason why you have your Father's Day celebration. Every third Sunday in June, because they were trying to get it close to, what was his name again?
William Smart.
They were trying to get it to William Jackson Smart's birthday. So not only are you celebrating a white man's birthday, you're celebrating your father on a white man's birthday, which is unlawful to celebrate, and you're celebrating and worshiping a dead idol. That's where idols come from. We're about to get into that. Idols come from the worship of dead people. That's where idolatry come from. The worship of false gods. You know what I'm saying? And those false gods that people worship used to be men. Like Baal. He was a man. He was a man. Baal. Those who, you know, in the scriptures told you about those who bent their knee to Baal. Well, that was a man, and he was a very good farmer when he was living. He died, and they deified him. You know what I'm saying? And made him a god. No different. We do it to this day by copying the white man. What happened? James Brown died. What we call him? The Godfather of soul. Michael Jackson. He's the God of pop. Prince died. He the Godfather. I mean, he the father. He the God of rock and roll. Tupac and Biggie died. They the God of hip hop. Aretha Franklin, she the godmother of. You see what I'm saying? When you're making idols unto people who did something good.
Right.
I mean, they were just good singers and rappers. They used to making them a fucking, excuse my language. No use of making them a god.
Right.
There's a scripture in here that says the God of the Bible is a jealous God. Well, you got to make him a god because he can dribble a goddamn basketball.
Right.
Well, when you celebrate Father's Day, you're actually worshiping an idol. And the God of Father's Day is, what's his name again, brother?
William Smart.
William Smart. William Jackson Smart. Look him up. I'm going to keep saying his name because you should remember, every time you say Happy Father's Day to your father, you're really worshiping a white oppressor. That's the God of Father's Day, because Father's Day was founded by a white woman in honor of her white dead veteran nigger-hating father, and she just worshiping him like a god, because that's what oppressors do. Heathens do stuff like that. We're going to get more into that, but Bobby decided to read more on that. Did you have something to say?
General Khan, just the fact that they pushed it to the Sunday of June 19th.
Mm-hmm.
That's the date of Juneteenth.
Damn. That's the same date of Juneteenth. Good night. You see? That is the same date of Juneteenth. The same day that they made this oppressor a god. And then you celebrate it for Father's Day. That's the same day that they made Juneteenth. June 19th.
Right.
That's Father's Day. Can y'all not see it? I can't make this up. So you got Juneteenth, which is June 19th, and Father's Day in the same day. Can you not see that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of? Can you not see it? I mean, come on, Juneteenth. I mean, that's a whole nother topic right there, but it all ties in together.
Right.
He gave you a gift. You see? That holiday is a gift. What? They made a national holiday for Juneteenth for what? For them to be off?
Right.
You still got to work. You, even if you are off, we're not free.
Right.
How you going to celebrate freedom and we still slaves?
Right.
You understand? Read some more on that about the shot because it's some more heavy points on that.
Concert. Sunday, June 19th of 1910. As Dodd's idea gained momentum across the country, 2 National Father's Day committees were formed. One in Virginia in 1921 and one in New York City in 1936.
Now it's about to get real heavy right here. Y'all listen good. Go ahead.
President Woodrow Wilson sanctioned the idea of celebrating Father's Day in 1913 and visited Spokane to join the celebration in 1916.
You see that? Keep reading.
President Calvin Coolidge supported the idea in 1924 as well. In 1957, U.S. Senator Margaret Chase Smith from Maine introduced a bill to create a federally proclaimed day in to create a federally proclaimed day, writing, either we honor both our parents.
You see that? Now, what this basically saying is Father's Day comes from Mother's Day, which is and worshiping and celebrating Mother's Day come from the worship of the mother goddess Juno. That's where Mother's Day come from. That's very ancient right there, Mother's Day. That go all the way back to the ancient goddess Juno, and which runs on into Mother Mary and all that. But the ancient goddess Juno is where Mother's Day comes from. You know what I'm saying? It's the worship of the mother goddess. So just like the oppressive society, they don't want a man to be masculine and have patriarchs. You understand?
Right.
They want you to be ran by your mama.
Right.
They want you to be a goddamn mama's boy. So they had to create Father's Day to appease Big Mama. Okay? Read on.
Either we honor both our parents, mother and father.
You see that? No, we can't. We worshiping mother. What about the fathers? Why we can't get them a pair of socks? We can't work. We can't love our father every day. I mean, this is for black people, but white people, of course, they get love from their father every day. You see what I'm saying? Arabs get love from their fathers every day. Right. Because their father teach them their Arabian culture.
Right.
Africans teach their kids their African culture. White people teach their white kids white culture. Black people teach their kids white culture. Native Indian teach their kids white culture. Hispanics teach their kids white culture. You see the problem?
Right.
I don't think y'all heard me. Let me say it again. A roach teaches kids roach culture.
Right.
A lion teach a lion culture.
Right.
Black people teach their kid white culture.
Right.
Y'all catch it that time? I pray you understand. So, what's the problem? The problem is we, through Christianity, have been following these heathens and through their religions, and it ain't just, you know what I'm saying, white people, we follow every nation except our own. We follow everybody's culture except our own. And you're going to find out in the scripture I'm about to bring out that our culture is in fact found in the scriptures. It's everybody's culture. The original names of all the nations is in the scriptures. Everything. Read more on that. Everybody's culture, everybody's real names is in the scriptures. Like my real nationality name is not black. Black is not a nationality. That's a color. You see, I'm from the tribe. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So-called Mexicans is an Israelite from the tribe of Isupk. You see. So-called Puerto Ricans, they are Israelites from the tribe of Isupk. We got biblical names. It ain't white, black, brown people, black people, white people. It ain't none of that. Go ahead.
She like it. So I had a precept what you bringing out. It's so heavy.
Man, bring that precept on, boy. All right.
'Cause
Bring it on out.
what you bringing out is so heavy about everybody teaching their culture except for us.
God, let me get it. I might have. I might be coming to it, but let me.
This Isaiah 1 and 3.
Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
This scripture right here is Bedrock UPK. Excellent precepts by it. Go ahead.
And the ass his master's crib.
Man, listen. The ox and the ass, two of the dumbest animals on the planet, knows is what?
His owner and the ass his master's crib.
You see that? These are two of the dumbest animals on the planet, man. But they know. They know their owner. They know who their owner are. And they know their master's crib. Read on.
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
But Israel.
If you don't know that who Israel is, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But Israel
doth not know.
What?
Doth not know.
Does not know what?
My people does not know his owner or his master's crib.
You see that? We don't know who the hell we are. We don't even know that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We don't know a damn thing. Why? Because we've been deceived in this place. When you follow another culture, you lose yours.
Right.
You celebrate Father's Day that's dedicated to a cave dweller. You forget your culture. You see? We became institutionalized. In other words, we became Americanized.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, like Christ said, we have became like our father, the devil, who is the oppressor.
That's right.
You see? But the father, the white man, the so-called oppressor, the oppressor is not the father in the Israelite school of UPK. He's the father of Christianity. He's the father of these false religions and ideals and doctrines and holidays, in which our people do follow. That's why the Most High is punishing us. More than article or any more on that?
Salaki, just to finish it up.
God.
But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
We don't even consider. We don't even ask. Where do Father's Day come from? Well, we're going to read it right here. Hey, give my eyes a hand for that precept. What was that precept at?
That was Isaiah 1 and 3.
That precept was the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. Write it down in your notes. And I hope y'all write down everything in your notes. Because in class, you ain't supposed to just be looking at how handsome I am. You know what I'm saying? Take your notes, okay? You know. You got to go ahead, bro. That's a lot.
President Calvin Coolidge supported the idea in 1924 as well. In 1950, Salakia. I'm on the Senator Margaret Chase Smith from Maine introduced the bill.
Read it nice and loud.
The Senator Margaret Chase Smith from Maine introduced the bill.
Senator Margaret Chase introduced the bill in what time?
It didn't say that. In 1957.
That was 1957, but it's going to come all the way up to 1972. We're just building up context right here. So you can see where Father's Day came from, which is, what was her name? What was the oppressive devil name?
Senator Margaret Smith.
No, the one.
The holiday?
Come.
His name was William Jackson Smart.
Father's Day come from William Jackson Smart. But his daughter, his little Edomite daughter, is the one who founded Father's Day. What's her name?
Sonora Smart Dodd.
Sonora Smart Dodd. That is the little pink person, the little devil person that founded Father's Day. Read on.
But Senator Margaret Chase Smith from Maine. She wrote this. Either we honor both
No. Skip. That's all the little writings right there. Okay. Skip all the way down to the next paragraph. Salaki, I meant to tell you that. Salaki. Hey, man, you on point, man. Most High in Christ. All right, we about to skip down to the meat of it. All right, we about to get to the good of it. We say in the UPK, when we say we got milk scriptures and we got meat scriptures. Meaning, you first come into the truth, you need some milk. You know what I mean? Just like a newborn baby, we're going to feed you some milk. But you going to start growing and coming to class and learning more and more and more about history. You know what I mean? About who you are. Not only biblically, historically. You know what I mean? Not only historically, archaeologically.
Right.
Not only that, geographically.
Right.
Not only that, all the LYs. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? I'm about to tell my wife, give me a beat. I was geographically. So, Lock it. Go ahead, man.
President Lyndon Johnson.
President who?
Lyndon Johnson.
Y'all listen good. Watch this here.
Signed a presidential proclamation declaring the third Sunday of June.
Or when?
Of June.
What? June? That's the same time you get Juneteenth, ain't it?
That's it.
Same, and they did it on the same day. Go ahead.
As Father's Day.
As Father's Day. To commemorate, what's his name?
William Jackson Smart.
That's the cave dweller, slave master, oppressor, where the Father's Day came from. The idol that y'all worshiping. But it was founded by his little pink little daughter.
Right.
You know?
In 1966, President Richard Nixon established a permanent national observance of the day in 1972.
So President Richard Nixon signed it into permanent national observance, meaning he made it a national holiday in 1972. This holiday ain't even 100 years old. Father's Day is recent. Father's Day ain't even 100 years old. You see? You celebrating something that ain't even 100 years old. In other words, they made it up. And we telling you where it came from, a white woman.
Right.
You see? Now, Father's Day comes from the celebration of Mother's Day, which is another sin. To celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day is a sin.
That's right.
Against God, because Mother's Day nor Father's Day is in the scriptures. And we're going to prove it. All right? And also Mother's Day, if you look up like you want to go further than American history, it goes back to Greece and Rome, of course, with the Roman Catholic Church. It goes to that, which goes from that to African culture, because everything in Greece and Rome they studied from the African culture, and everything those Africans and Greeks and Romans and Persians and Arab, the Persians are Arab, and all the nations they stole from us, the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
So everything that you seeing now comes from our culture, all the way down to a lot of the laws, not all of them. Because in our law, which is in the Bible, homosexuality, that is a sin against the Most High. But in this place, two men can get married. I guess they're going to high-five each other and say Happy Father's Day to each other. Moving on. So Father's Day comes from the worship of Mother's Day. The worship of Mother's Day comes from a false goddess named Juno, right? And that's the whole reason why you celebrate Father's Day and Mother's Day today. All right. So now we're about to get into idols, but we're still talking about Father's Day because to worship the dead is idolatry, right? All right. Let me get the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. You got a Apocrypha?
Total concept.
All right. Just in case y'all don't know, this is the Apocrypha. This is the 14 books that was taken out of the King James Version Bible. It would behoove you to go get this book.
That's right.
You understand? It is the Bible. These are the books that was taken out. You know what I'm saying? But it is the Bible. King James Version, if you go get the 1611 version, it's actually in the 1611 version, King James Version of the Bible. And if it ain't King James Version of any Bible that you have, I ain't talking about New King James Version, I'm not talking about New Translation. King James Version, period. If it ain't that, you should go get you some beef, brisket, and get you some wood. I like wood chips.
That's right.
And ball up them pages in that, along with the Quran, and kindle you a good fire.
That's right.
To, you know what I'm saying, to warm up your food, okay? Either that or you run out of toilet paper, you can use that as well. So, you got that for me, brother?
What chapter and verse, sir?
Oh, we're in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 14, 15, and 16. Chapter 14, we're going to start at verse 15, we're going to read through 16. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this scripture out, because I'm about to show you that worshiping the dead, which is what y'all do when y'all celebrate Father's Day, because Father's Day comes from the God of Father's Day, which is a white man, William Jackson Smart. You're actually worshiping an idol. Read that for me, brother.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 14. For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Verse 15.
No. Chapter 14, verse 15 and 16.
Come on, sir. Verse 15 and 16.
Yeah, come. Chapter 14, verse 15 and 16.
Come.
Salaki.
Verse 15. For a
let me make sure they know. We're in the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, right? Chapter 14, verse 15, and we're going to read through 16 to show you that celebrating Father's Day, you're actually worshiping a false idol or a false god, idolatry or idol. And an idol is to worship a dead relative or a dead symbol, or which would become a graven image, like that Christian cross, that crucifix, or something like that. You see? You know. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15.
God.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image.
You see that? A father afflicted with untimely mourning, meaning a death in the family. Untimely death. He's afflicted with death. He did what?
Had made an image.
Made a what?
Image.
Made what?
An image.
Made Father's Day?
An image.
Mother's Day?
An image.
Read on.
Of his child, soon taken away.
Don't you know that's where idolatry come from? That's why when you celebrate Christmas, it's idols that you're worshiping. Just like Christmas, that Christmas tree, you don't even know you're worshiping a Christmas tree that comes from Nimrod, because she, with her son's untimely death, made him an idol. And that's a whole different topic. But that's where that whole worship of that Christmas tree come from, which is why you bring gifts and sit them under the tree. You unknowingly are presenting sacrifices to that tree, not even knowing the history about it. Thank the Most High for the commanding Junior Hunter, you know what I'm saying, the Isupk.
That's right.
To bring this truth out. Start from the top, brother. You know what I mean?
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
This could be a father, mother, child, anybody who afflicted an untimely death. Read.
When he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away.
You see, when somebody died and you have made a image, a graven image, an idol. Read.
Now honored him as a god.
You see that? You honored him as a god. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't do that. We knew when you die, you come back. You come back in a newborn baby. So it wasn't no need to honor. You know, matter of fact, the other nations go so far as they used to bury their slaves with their kings. So in the afterlife, that slave can be a king, the king's slave in the afterlife. You see, because they don't know the God of the Bible. They don't know the true living God. So they create idols. That's why we was worshiping that golden calf. That's why Africans, to this day, what they do, they mummify. So what? With all their jewelries and riches and all that. Why? So you can be rich in the afterlife. You see? It's all heathen pagan lies, and it destroys us when we do it. That's why we got to come back to our culture, because we, the only people on the planet that know and have the law, statutes, and commandments. Problem is, we don't keep them. We act like them. Read.
Now honored him as a god.
You're worshiping a false god. They're dead relative. Earlier, when I said earlier, remember we bend our knee to Baal, not even knowing that Baal was a man. He was just a good farmer. We turn everybody who got a good trade and do something good, we turn them into a god. Which is why our oppressors always coin phrases when somebody died. Michael Jackson, the king of the god of this. James Brown, the godfather of this. You see? Tupac and Biggie, the gods of rap. You see? And we don't even know that's idolatry. What you do is don't forget them niggas, but let them niggas rise again, because they're going to come back. They're going to come back in a newborn baby. Reincarnation is real. You understand? So to worship your love, and then think about Father's Day, how evil and wicked it is. You know, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, most of us don't even have a father.
Right.
You see? He's either dead or in prison, or just lost out there in the world on drugs and destroyed all to be damned all the damn day long. So how wicked is that for you to celebrate a day, Father's Day, in which you know a certain nation of people do not have their fathers? It's wicked.
Right.
Read on.
Which was then a dead man.
You see that? Which was then a dead man. You're worshiping a dead man and making him a damn god. Read.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Ceremonies of what?
Sacrifices.
You are unknowingly giving the dead ceremonies and sacrifices when you celebrate Father's Day or Mother's Day, because both of them come from worshiping idols. It's all idolatry.
Kind of a concept.
Father's Day, Mother's Day, not in the Bible. You understand? Any more on that out?
Kind of a concept.
Let's go.
Verse 16.
We about to get into the meat of it now. Go ahead.
Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom.
What?
An ungodly custom.
In time that we done been over here these last 400-500 years in slavery under these oppressors. Their customs, what?
An ungodly custom.
Their customs are ungodly. Go ahead, read.
Grown strong.
Grown what?
Strong.
What?
Strong.
Go ahead.
Was kept as a law.
You see that? Go ahead.
And graven images.
And what?
Graven images.
Go ahead.
Were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
You see that? Graven images. Now, if you know the law like I know the law, matter of fact, you know what? Graven images. Go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1. Let's see how the Most High feel about us worshiping idols and graven images. Okay? Let's see right now how the Most High feel about us worshiping idols and graven images. Then we're going to go back to the scriptures, then we're going to go back. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You got that, brother?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
Started from the beginning one more time.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1.
Listen good. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 1. When you celebrate Mother's and Father's Day and all these false pagan holidays and worship the dead, which is idolatry, when you pray up in that Christian cross, which is an idol, that Muslim mosque, that stone, all these pagan holidays, you are worshiping people that died, that other nations made a god.
Right.
Read.
Ye shall make you no idols.
Ye shall make you no idols. Read.
Nor graven images.
Nor graven images. You're not supposed. It say ye shall not. It didn't say ye shall. It say ye shall not. Read.
Neither rear you up a standing image.
You see that? Read on.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
Go ahead.
To bow down unto it.
Man, that's worshiping these false gods and these false religions, man. Read.
For I am the Most High your
This
power.
is the Most High power. This is the Most High God telling you not to celebrate these goddamn holidays and images and idolatry, man.
That's right.
Father's Day is the worship of idols. Because the white man that Father's Day came from is dead, and you're worshiping that in his what? Remembrance. You see?
Right.
We made him an idol. What the hell you remembering a white man that didn't give a damn about you or your ancestors for?
That's right.
Let white people love white people.
Right.
Let us love us.
That's right.
You understand? No sweat. And this is proof right here that if you celebrate Father's Day, you hate your father.
Right.
Because you don't even, let me make it more transparent to you. You don't even celebrate your Father's Day on his birthday. I think that went over some heads. You as a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian person don't even celebrate your father on his birthday. You see? Why would you celebrate a white man on his birthday? That's what Father's Day is, or the closest to his birthday. And then celebrating birthdays is a sin anyway. So why would you celebrate him on his birthday or on Father's Day instead of loving him every goddamn day? You see? If you're going to honor your mother and your father, you love them every goddamn day.
That's right.
And we don't love our mother and our father because we dishonor our mother and our fathers every day.
Right.
Ask that weed you smoking. Ask them whores you popping on. And if you're a woman, ask them niggas, your legs is like a Walmart door. It's a revolving door. It stay open and closed, open and closed. You know what I'm saying? Drop that, brother. Let's go to, matter of fact, we're going to drop that. I want to need everybody to follow along with these scriptures. Write these scriptures down, Israel. All right? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12. We're going to go into the law. Chapter 12, verse 28. We're going to start at 28. We're going to read through all the way through 32. But of course, I'm going to be breaking it down.
Cut on comes.
We're going to get about 15 seconds to get to it. That's one thing with teaching, man. I noticed a lot of classes, we don't give a lot of people time to get to the scriptures. Let them get to the scriptures. Again, the book of Deuteronomy. Now you ain't got nobody got no excuse. Well, I didn't hear the scripture. Nah, you heard the goddamn scripture. I said it 15 times.
Right.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 28. We're going to break it all the way down through 32. You know what I mean? And now I'm about to hit you with scripts after scripts. We're going to go, because now you know the history of Mother's Day come from a white woman named, what's her name? Sonora
Smart Dodd.
Sonora Smart Dodd. She founded Father's Day. The mother of Father's Day is a white woman.
Right.
But the reason behind the mother of Father's Day, because she founded Father's Day for her white father.
Right. William Jackson Smart.
William Jackson Smart. The water brother, man. I got a brother here tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? We don't give a damn about neither one of them.
That's right.
Neither of them. All right?
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks and flip flops.
With no shoes and no socks.
With no shoes and no socks. My brother, hey, I got to take that one, brother. Kick rocks and flip flops with no shoes and no socks. My brother, hey, listen. These brothers in here, man, listen. We don't give a damn about nothing but our people. Goddamn celebrating their holidays, man.
Right.
Let's get back to our high holy days.
That's right.
All right. That Father's Day is an evil farce to be reckoned with, man. You got that, brother?
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead, man.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 28.
Get to it, boy.
Observe and hear.
Hold on. You see that? Immediately observe. What do it mean to observe? It means to watch. And it said, do what?
And hear.
And what?
And hear.
Hear. What do hear mean? The only reason why I'm not looking at you because I know you know. I know you like, hey, I see you jump. Hey, so every time I say something, hey, he's jumping at it like, please don't raise your hand because I know you know it.
She ain't raising it.
Yeah, I know. I see you still flex like this. Your spirit bearing witness. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, it just happened. The zeal of the Lord on us in here, man. You know what I mean? But to observe means to to watch. And you know what I mean? To hear something means to understand.
That's
something,
right.
You see, the Lord is saying right here, start from the top and keep reading.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Salakia. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 28. Observe and hear all these words which I command thee.
That I what thee?
Command
I thought it was on the 10 Commandments.
Command thee.
Let's see what he command thee. Keep reading.
That it may go well with thee.
That it may what?
Go well with thee.
You know what? If Father's Day ain't in the Bible, that's something that the Most High did not command thee. So guess what? Father's Day is not going to go well with thee.
That's right.
Read on.
And with thy children after thee forever.
And with your children forever. So not only is you celebrating Father's Day and Mother's Day not going to go well with you, it's not going to go well with your children and their children forever. Why? Because it's called a generational curse.
Right.
You're passing on a generational lie, and you're going to be generationally punished.
That's right.
Read it.
When thou doest that which is good.
Hold on. Which thou doest that which is what?
Good.
Who told you it was good to celebrate Father's Day?
Right.
And keep going.
And right.
Who told you it was right to celebrate Father's Day? Father's Day ain't in the Bible. So how is it good or right? Read.
In the sight of the Most High thy power.
The Most High, Father's Day is not good or right because he didn't command us to celebrate it.
Right.
Somebody did tell you to celebrate it, and it was, what's her name?
Sonora Smart Dog.
In the name of her Edomite slave master, cave dweller, honky tonk.
William Jackson Smart.
Yeah, her father. The Most High didn't tell us to celebrate them. That's where Father's Day came from.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Verse 29. When the Most High thy power shall cut off the nations.
When he cut off the nations for us, man, he was telling us, I'm going to cut these nations off if you obey me. If you obey me, I'm going to cut these nations off. Read.
From before thee.
From what?
Before thee.
Man, any land that we done came and dwelt in, the Most High always cut them off, man.
Right.
Always. Because we was obeying them. But when we didn't obey them, we start following the customs of the other nations. Read.
Whither thou goest to possess them.
You see, he wants us to own everything.
Right.
Because it was made for our sakes anyway.
That's right.
But we, instead of taking on our culture, we took on their culture, and that pisses the Most High off. That's almost like me saying, hey, daughter, I want you to do this, and I'm going to train you up to do this your whole life. And you go against everything I taught and trained you to be less of what I trained you to be.
Right.
Lord be with you. You see? Keep reading.
And thou succeedest them.
No, succeedest them. You know what I mean? Everybody heard of success? You know what I mean? I mean, you take over, read.
And dwelleth in their land.
You took the land. You succeeded over them and took over the land, man. Because if we obeyed our laws, statutes, and commandments, which is our culture, we would have been above all the other nations.
That's right.
You see? Read on.
Verse 30. Take heed to thyself.
Take what?
Take heed to thyself.
When you take heed to yourself, listen, that means you better pay very close attention.
That's right.
Understand this. Listen good. Read.
That thou be not snared by following them.
That thou be not snared by following them, man. That not be trapped. A snare is a trap. Don't get trapped up in all their little holidays and customs and traditions. Don't be snared by them. Don't be caught up in their trap, because that's the trap I set for you in the first place, just to see if you obey me.
Right.
Don't get caught up in the snares. He's given us instruction on what to do and what not to do. And what he told us not to do was read it from 30 again.
Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. After that, they be destroyed from before thee. And that thou inquire not after their gods.
That thou now what?
Inquire not after their gods.
What do it mean to inquire? Meaning we don't go looking into what is Mother's Day? Let me get these socks. Let me get these socks from my father, because these other nations, they got cologne and socks for their father. Oh, they went to the Walmart sale. The Blockbuster Walmart Father's Day sale. Listen, dummy. Every holiday got a sale, because all holidays is for it's a white supremacy.
Right.
And we're a cash cow.
Right.
Celebrating their false gods. And in the meanwhile, while we being their cash cow, and we're making the rich richer, and we're getting poorer, we're pissing the Most High off.
Right.
It's only one way to reverse that kind of curse. And that's to come into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge and learn how to obey and learn the laws, statutes, and commandments of our forefathers, man.
Right.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that was passed down to them from their forefathers, which is our forefathers. But at least we know not to learn the ways of the heathens. All right, keep reading. We're going to go all the way to 32.
And that thou inquire not after their gods.
We're not supposed to inquire after their gods, their Mother's Day, their Father's Day, their holidays, right? Their drugs, you know what I mean, that they're pushing our community. Their philosophies, their lies, their doctrine. Their women, their men. You ain't supposed to have sex with them. Let them have sex with them.
Right.
You got 12 tribes to pick from,
right.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The beautifulest people on the planet.
Yeah, I'm right.
You understand?
You're the Most High.
You're the Most High. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, listen. That Matrix, like my brother just said. You come in here, you'll learn what Matrix is. Brother or sister. Sister, you'll know how to take care of your Matrix.
Right.
And brothers you just take care of Matrix along with her. Okay.
Right.
Reading on.
Saying, how did these nations serve their gods?
Saying what?
How did these nations serve their gods?
Why are we asking and inquiring about Mother's Day and Father's Day when clearly it came from a goddamn white woman and a white man?
Right.
Why are we asking to be Africans when they sacrifice their kids to bullocks and pass, they do all kind of rituals and all that. What you don't know, they're worshiping false gods. That's what you don't know.
Right.
The Arab teaches Arab son his Arab ways.
Right.
The Japanese man teaches Japanese son Japanese ways.
Right.
Go and I put that rat and dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're going to call it dog and food and chew. Salaki, read on.
Cut on cut. Even so will I do likewise.
Even what?
Even so will I do likewise.
And the Most High destroyed them, and he's going to destroy us for acting like them.
Right.
Okay, read on.
Verse 31.
This is heavy right here. Listen good.
Thou shalt not do so unto the Most High thy power.
You see that? We shall shall not do like what the heathens do, which is worship other gods.
Right.
We disrespect our power. God means power. We disrespect the God of the Bible, who so happens to be a nigger. Oh, he's black too. It's descriptions of God with woolly hair, descriptions of his skin tone, everything. You see? We got to dispel the lies. Keep going.
For every abomination to the Most High, which he hateth.
Which he what?
Which he hated.
I thought God didn't hate. God hates when you worship other gods, man.
Right.
He hates that. When you worship the gods of the other nations, God hates that. And I hate to keep, going back to the golden calf, but that's just an example. But that's all Christians know. They don't know they're worshiping other gods when they celebrate Christmas. You don't know you're worshiping other gods when you celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day and Easter and Valentine's Day. You see? You don't know you're worshiping a goddess of Lupercilia, Valentine's Day. You don't know you're worshiping Nimrod, you know what I'm saying, and with that tree and with Christmas. In Easter, you don't know you're worshiping Estar, a fertility goddess, worshiping Easter. You see?
Right.
Do I even gotta? I don't think I gotta say nothing about Halloween. Goddamn. I think that was a little bit clear cut. Right. Go ahead.
Have they done unto their gods? For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods.
I just said that just a few minutes ago. Them Africans, they'll sacrifice a bullock and their sons. Literally sacrifice it to their false gods. They'll make them cut their skin open, cut their clitorises off. You see? Worshiping other gods, strange gods, man. And we do it just like them. Go ahead.
To the tune of, we do it just like them to the tune of 350,000 abortions a year. Good
night. Man, listen. What the brother just said, we do it to the tune of 350,000. 350,000 abortions of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian babies a year. That's the worship of a false god. Because that's murder. Anytime you worship murder, you're worshiping a false god.
Right.
Because the scripture in this Bible say, thou shalt not murder. Another God say you can. That's idolatry. You're worshiping a false god. A god of another people. You're okay? Keep reading.
Verse 32. What thing soever I command you.
Whatever the Most High tell us to do, read.
Observe to do it.
You better do it, read.
Thou shalt not add thereto.
Why would you add Father's Day when it ain't in the Bible?
Right.
We got high holy days. We got we got Passover. You see? We got the Feast of First Fruits. We got the memorial blowing on the trumpets. We got the Day of Atonement. You see? We got our own high holy days. Why would you add to it? Keep reading.
Nor diminish from it.
Why the hell would you take away from your culture?
Right.
Why would you take from it? You just don't take from your culture. Don't add their culture to our culture. Don't take away from our culture either.
Right.
Leave their culture alone and let's just do our culture. That's what the Lord is saying right here. You know what I'm saying? Drop that, brother. Let me get Isaiah 52, chapter 52, verse 1 and 2. I'm gonna give y'all time to get there. Let me see. Time check. We right at 8:51. I'm gonna be wrapping up shortly, so I'm about to kind of whisk through these scriptures a little bit. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta be with me. Let me get to it. Bobbity. That Bobbity, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to General Miami, man. I lay at the men before me feet. You know what I mean? Big up, you know what I mean? All the brothers and sisters in the UPK, man, and the children. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean? You want to come to our classes? You know what I mean? Go to isupk.com, look up the classes. We online, we on social media, we on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We everywhere, man. This truth that the Lord is allowing to come out it can't be explained. This is how you know we're in the last days, because in the scriptures let you know that the children of Israel would wake up to the truth.
That's right.
That a certain man of perdition would be revealed. That man of perdition is the devil that the Bible speaks of, the liar. Right now, we're revealing all the lies he's been telling us throughout history. We're revealing it to you right now. That makes the scriptures true. You see?
That's right.
That makes it absolutely true. Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1 and 2.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Awake.
Oh. Don't read so fast, boys. Hold on, boys. Slow down, boys. You see that? We go out on the street corners every goddamn week. Every week. We in class every day. So we can what, boys?
Awake.
What?
Awake.
What?
Awake.
Keep reading.
Awake. Put on thy strength.
How do you put on your strength? You put on your strength by putting on your culture.
Right.
Not the culture of the heathens with your Father's Day and your Mother's Day and your Christmas and your Easter. You don't put on their culture. You put on your culture.
That's right.
And if you so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, your culture is the culture of the Hebrew Israelites. You spoke Hebrew and your name is Israelite because you descend from a man named Israel.
Right.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. The descendants of those 12 sons today are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's who we are. We don't descend from Africans.
Right.
We're not the same people as those bone-chewing, nasty, I'm going to leave it alone. Read from the top, Baba Kashad.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1.
This is what the Lord is trying to tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read.
Awake.
What?
Awake.
Wake your ass up.
Awake.
The Lord is saying, wake up. Excuse my language, but he's saying, wake up. Go ahead. Wake the hell up. Read.
Awake. Awake. Put on thy strength.
How do you put on your strength? You put on your culture. Read.
O Zion.
How do you put on your culture? You follow these laws, statutes, and commandments that's in the Bible. Okay? Read on.
Put on thy beautiful garments.
Oh, he said, oh, Zion, didn't he?
That's right.
Now, daughters of, listen, Israel means daughters, princess, and princes of the power. The Bible calls black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, the daughters of Zion. You're the daughters of Jerusalem. You're the daughters of God. If you so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, and you're a man, you are a prince of God, man. In other words, we're literally royalty.
Right.
Keep reading.
Put on thy beautiful garment.
Put on what?
Thy beautiful garment.
You see this headpiece right here I got on? You see that? My crown is uncovered. You see that? Put on your beautiful garment. You know what I mean? And it could be, it don't just mean the clothes you got on.
Right.
It means put on your not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
That's right.
Put on your not messing, having sex with the other nations.
Right.
Put on your not celebrating Father's Day and what they told you to celebrate. They celebrate what God told you to celebrate. Read on.
Oh, Jerusalem.
Oh, who?
Oh, Jerusalem.
Man, Jerusalem is our homeland. Our homeland is not Africa. It's Jerusalem. We're not the same people as the Africans.
Right.
We are the Israelites. The Africans sold the Israelites.
Right.
Read.
The holy city.
The what?
The holy city.
The holy means separate. The what?
The holy city.
The separate city, meaning our city, Jerusalem, we didn't live nothing like the other nations that surrounded us. We didn't live like the Africans, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs, the Hawaiians. We didn't live like none of them heathens. You see? It said the holy city. Holy means separate or set apart. We God's holy people. We read out the Holy Bible. So we can be separate from the other nations. Holy means separate. Read.
For henceforth.
From when?
Henceforth.
Man, from now, from then to goddamn forevermore.
That's right.
Read.
There shall no more come into thee. The uncircumcised.
The what?
The uncircumcised.
Man, no other nation can come up in here no more, man. In the Israelite school of UPK, we don't allow the uncircumcised in here.
That's
What's
right.
uncircumcised? If you not so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian descent on your father's side.
Right.
If your father is so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, come get your culture back.
Right.
You understand? And if your mother is of another nation, don't worry about that because you're not them anyway. You are the seed of your father.
That's right. And the unclean.
And the what?
Unclean.
The other nations are unclean and uncircumcised.
Right.
They're not us, man. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Shake thyself from the dust.
Man, what?
Shake thyself.
Man, we about to get up out this low state that we in. This
right.
hellish condition we in. Read.
That's right. Arise and sit down.
Go ahead.
O Jerusalem.
Oh who?
O Jerusalem.
Oh all nations.
O Jerusalem.
Oh white man.
O Jerusalem.
Oh Chinese man.
O Jerusalem.
Oh African man.
O Jerusalem.
Oh Arab man.
O Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Read.
Loose thyself.
What?
Loose thyself.
Read.
From the bands.
From the what?
From the bands of thy neck.
From the chains of slavery off your mind, man. We got the chains off our arms and our feet. Take the chains off your mind. Loose Father's Day. Loose Mother's Day. Loose Christmas. Loose eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Loose being a whore. Loose being a whoremonger. Loose being a drug dealer. Loose being a Christian.
Right.
A Muslim. You
Right.
understand? Loose all that.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Read.
Oh captive.
Oh what?
Oh captive.
Oh what?
Oh captive.
Captive means slave, man. Loose all this slave mentality. Read.
Daughter of Zion.
Who?
Daughter of Zion.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
Hey, listen, I got plenty more precepts, man, that I want to bring out, but unfortunately, I ran out of time. So, with that, you know what I'm saying, we are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If you want to learn, if you want to come into our classes, come online, you can come physically, isupk.com. Make sure you check out Commanding General Yohana on Black Watch, you know what I mean, on YouTube, on Mondays from 7 to 9 p.m., you know what I mean, Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you pay your tithes, Israel. Right. Pay your tithes. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. I'm going to pass the class to priest and officer by Yahweh. Give the Lord a hand, Israel. I'm sorry, cry.
We are the eyes.
Slide over a little bit, Baba Shot, this way, so you can slide this way right here. Can you? Oh no, go. No, you was right. Go. Okay, back a little bit. All right, now you perfect.
Security announcement.
You can come up, son. Boom. You know you tall by it's a lock it. Go ahead, brother.
We are the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashur, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department of Teaching. Priest Fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Upcoming holy convocations is 1 second. We got the give me 1 second. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. All right, that's going to happen Monday the 6th of September. September the 6th. Memorial of blowing of the trumpets. That's our next high holy day. You know what I'm saying? To get to the class, you know what I mean? You want to go, what's the address about the show?
It's 1539 North Ridge Avenue.
You want to come to 1539 North Ridge Avenue right here in Kannapolis. All right? And this is Charlotte School. But if you're not in Charlotte, you're in Durham or Greensboro or anything like that, you want to go to isupk.com or contact anyone in the school in the ISUPK, and we'll give you the locations of what's closer to you. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the schools, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I might what we looking like that? Up which means
Slide back,
face.
slide back, son.
Up which means face the east. And we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw. Shema Shemai.
Shema Shemai. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Tabaa. Batazaka. Hayah. Hasha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Mashemai. Nathanawa. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawat now. Kabaslak now. Kabawat now. Walai. Kabiyah now. Manasai 1. Ball. Hashao now. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalaka. Wa'ala. Wadapara. Wa'alami. Amah. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom Salaki, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be.
Sorry. We're going to give one courteous salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Amazing Shabbat, Amazing Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabarakatah.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabarakatah.
Yahweh class dismissed. Most High Christ. Excellent class, brother. Excellent. In broadcast, right? Right there. Okay. And then hit it again? Right there. See the bottom of it. All right, I see it.